things have obviously been quite intense since June, and I've been very busy with the new album. But yeah, I mean, I had been working on a master's before the show, and I'd one piece of it to finish, so I've postponed that for a while, and I'll finish it at some stage. But at the minute, the music's the most important thing, and obviously the album, and concentrating on that.
Yes, and listening to that song, Andrea, you're obviously keen to do your own thing with songs, because that's a very distinctive version, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's always been, for me, it's been the most important thing about doing any of the covers on the album. Really, it was trying to put my own interpretation and my own spin on them. So for me, I felt it was important that I got my interpretation onto it, and it came across to the listener rather than just doing, I suppose, more a cover version of the original.
Your mentor on The Voice, of course, is no longer there, Danny O'Donoghue.
That's right, he's
there are new judges, which is a shame, but do you still keep in touch with Danny?
I do, of course, yeah. Danny and myself still keep in touch. He would email me quite regularly, and he actually worked on the title track of the album, The Message, which is probably one of my favourite tracks on the album, so it was great to get into the recording studio and work with him in that environment, because you know, obviously we'd worked in the TV setting, but working with him while I'm standing behind the mic and he's giving me lots of instructions was totally different. But it was a great opportunity, and he really knows what he's doing in the studio.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, I was just going to say, Andrew, we were talking about the Great British Bake Off there, speaking to the winner a moment ago, and one of the things we were talking about was scrutiny. You know, that you win a contest like that, like The Voice, and, you know, you get a lot of scrutiny. People are interested in your life in a way that, you know, obviously they never were before. Has that been a comfortable experience for you?
So far, yeah. I mean, obviously it's part and parcel that, you know, you I suppose are aware whenever you start into taking part in the show that can happen, and you are going to be in the public eye, and it is a little bit unusual and it's a bit weird to get used to, but so far I've taken to it reasonably well. But yeah, it definitely is a bit of a strange, I suppose, change from being just working in a normal 9-to-5 job, and then suddenly you're flung into the public eye, and it is definitely, you are under much more scrutiny, there's no doubt about that.
Your book is called I Didn't See That Coming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, which is, you know, is obviously sort of pun in a sense. Do you deal with your visual impairment and how that has affected your life and your ambitions? Yeah,
I think for me, like, I would very much deal with my visual impairment in a jokey way, really, and I think I was conscious with the book. I wanted to give it a bit of a tongue-in-cheek title, so I think we've managed to achieve that. But for me, I think the most important thing is making people comfortable with it, and I think the more comfortable I am with it, and the more I can sort of, you know, make a bit of a joke and have a bit of a laugh with it, I think makes other people comfortable with it. So.
How much vision do you have, and what's the level of the loss?
At the moment, I have about just less than 10% vision left, so really all I can make out are kind of outlines of things, some colours and shapes, nothing in any kind of detail, or it's quite difficult for me to get around unless I use a white stick or in unfamiliar places. So so far though I manage pretty well, and I've adapted to it over the years, so I don't really tend to focus on it too much, and it doesn't really hold me back too much either.